got Game Phase, and this is Cradle. New task added. Of course, that's the same thing that comes up every time I come into the game. So I need to find my parents' personal belongings, but I think I gotta go talk to Baha, and he'll let me know about my parents and where their personal belongings are. I haven't seen this guy for a while. I've had to do quite a few puzzles in between, and I'm wondering if he's just going to send me off to do another puzzle.
Looks like it'll rain.
Rain? Today?
No.
There'll be rain and thunder, and it'll sweep all profiteers into a ditch.
What happened?
You got any idea how much the search cost me?
What?
No. How much?
$1.50.
Is that a lot?
Well, when in Bayang Hungor has the internet ever cost $1.50?
Yeah, context is what's missing.
I won't take money from your destitute self.
All right. Thanks.
The information was paid for and delivered by a personal courier.
Okay.
Very nice. So, what did you find out?
Well, first of all, the Gebera Garden was never about entertainment.
Nope, it wasn't.
It was a hospital, I know. But what happened to it?
The kids were all patients,
Yeah.
know? Well, one of them had his container overflow. The passing exploded. That's what
His
happened.
container overflowed.
That's all?
Hold your horses. The story ain't so simple.
What?
Think.
What do they mean by his
A
container
person gets his body
overflowed?
replaced and blows up minutes later. You might ask, how could they not have checked the container? Turns out they did check, and the container was empty. And yet, 15 minutes later, it up and explodes.
Okay, that sounds fishy.
In other words, the capsule filled and overflowed rapidly, pretty much instantly in point of fact.
I don't know what he's talking about, do you?
There must have been a reason.
Must have been, sure, but it wasn't found. All that's known is that there was a mishap with this particular child's transfer. Turns out he had been talking to himself while in the booth. That was the mishap. As to why he blew up, that part's unclear. When he came outside, all his stats were normal, and he looked calm. You can see it on the video.
Okay.
What's the video you mentioned?
From the security cameras, you can see everything. Here he is, coming out of the booth in an M-body. Here's the sword acceptance ceremony. Here he is, getting off the stage and heading into the garden. He's walking evenly, takes a seat on the edge of a flower bed. Then, this part is a bit unclear.
What's happening?
A child comes up to him as he's sitting. A teeny little thing. Walks up and says something to him. Looks like the kid fancies the sword and is asking for it.
What sword?
A toy. Just a shiny toy
Is the
sword.
little kid me?
They were given to the kids as presents after their body replacements.
No.
Endure a transfer, get a toy.
Oh, endure a transfer, get a toy. It's like a prize.
Okay.
Okay. So our hero hands over the sword. He's holding on to the hilt, hand extended. The child is trying to take the sword but can't
Why can't
Why
he?
can't he?
because he's grabbing at the blade, which is holographic. The kiddo's fingers swish right through the air, through the illusion.
I see. And then what happens?
Then, nothing happens. It's the end of the recording. The explosion is coming up. Here's a grown-up approaching the kids. That's the transfer operator. He walks up to his patient and asks him something. The latter turns around and blows up a second later. And that's it. Doesn't clear up much, I'm afraid.
Okay. Goes to the kids, the transfer operator, walks up to his patient and asks him something. The latter turns around and blows up a second later. Okay, I don't know. What was his name?
What was his name?
Mark.
Mark.
Or who are you asking about? The one who blew up? That was Albert.
Albert and Mark. And
The other child?
The little one? Don't know.
one of the locals?
He was one of the locals. Not sure how he ended up inside the garden. Have fun with your little mystery now, but I'm off.
See you tomorrow?
I don't know. It might be 3-4 days, maybe a
Oh.
week. We'll see. All right, take care now. Don't get caught in the rain.
Hold on to Baja.
Yeah, hold on.
I've got
I got a question.
one more question.
I told you everything I know about this garden.
No.
I got nothing else.
Parent question.
It's not about the garden. It's about my parents. I wanted to remember something about my parents.
Here,
What's this?
a key to the drawer of your Grandpa
okay.
Bachin's bedside table.
Aha. That was locked.
Where did you get it?
Bachin left it to me. He said that if ever you ask me about your parents, to give you this key. So, that's what I'm doing.
Here we go.
And I...
Goodbye to Baja.
Okay. We got our key. Let's go back to the hut. Where's the hut? There we go. It's not locked. Oh. It's like a holographic projector. Flashlight attachment. Is it? Didn't I have a flashlight? Oh, here we go. Passport in the name of Bachin Dalha. And receipt for a scooter tire. Grandpa Bachin's journal. On the inside are several brief notes. The 2 pages split by the book are dense with text. It's a message for Enibish. Okay. Only read what's addressed to me. I might go back and read what's throughout the rest of the journal too. Enibish, if you're reading this letter, that means your curiosity has led you to the past and your forebears. Your parents' belongings are locked away in chests. I will give you the key and with which to open them, but know this, no things will give you any answers until you've asked yourself the right question. All of the possible paths, only one lead you to this question. Find the true path, and may my modest assistance ease your search. You will need a ray of phantom light to illuminate your path, a wise clue to make the right decision at a crossroads. What the fuck? In the drawer lies a rounded object. Use it to obtain the ray of light. In a book of wisdom you will find the clue. Then go to my grave, stand on the largest stone, and take a look around using the ray of light. Look carefully, and you will see the spot from which you began your path. Fix an attachment to the flashlight. Okay, where's the flashlight? Was the flashlight over here? So this is the thing I found in the drawer, and we're gonna fix that to that. And now we need to read the parables. Okay, follow Grandpa's instructions and open your parents' chests. Read the parables from the book under the altar. Find Bachin's grave, not far from the earth. Use the flashlight. And then the clue from the parable to find the key to the chests. Okay, read the parable from the book under the altar. The altar is right here. Tibetan Book of the Dead. Pure white flame burns so brightly, so blindly, that it pains the eyes to behold. Pure white flame. I don't know what that fucking means. That's not the book they're talking about, though, is it? The book under the altar. Out in the field amidst the stones, there stands a pair of wooden poles. The grave must be nearby. Collection of Neos Brutus fables, morality tales. One of them is carefully circled with a mark. Ah, here we go. It was the wrong book. One night in the woods, a girl named Sitara Sana. Okay, there we go. Had a curious thought. She suddenly realized that she didn't know who her parents were. It can't be that I don't have parents. I must have simply forgotten them. And I bet they're waiting for me back home, thought the girl. Pardon me, which way do I go to find my parents' home? Satara Sana asked a vagrant with a malcontent face. If you don't know where to go, go toward the light. That's what I always do. The vagrant, okay, so go towards the light. Shaking soot off his smoking head. Satara Sana looked about herself. To the east, rays of the rising sun were filtering through the tree trunks. My home must be that way, the girl decided, and headed toward the light. The sun guided her to the path that entire day, but then, in the evening came, it hid beyond the horizon. The moon rose to the firmament. The girl halted momentarily, wavering, then shrugged, and started after the moon. But come morning, the moon melted from the sky to be replaced once more by the sun. Satara Sana frowned and turned toward the sun. Will walk until I reach my goal, she decided. 6 days and 6 nights, Satara Sana wandered through the woods, alternating between the sun and the moon, changing direction, until she reached a meadow flooded with a phantasmal light. Beg pardon, but where is the light coming from? I see neither the sun nor the moon in the sky, she asked the Buddha, who was listening to music streaming from the radio speaker. Buddha stuck his finger in the sky and returned the volume and nodded to the former position. The girl looked up and saw stars above. She smiled and thought, what beautiful music. Okay. So, I am here. Wow, that is just awesome. That's fucking so cool. Why is that on the sky? Okay, towards the moon? Is that sort of what it's saying here? Should I have the flashlight out and just keep walking towards the moon? Oh. What's this? What's this? Why does it go... Oh, it's the sun and the moon. Okay, so from the stones where my grandfather's buried and the sticks. Oh, there's one right here. That's what's going on. I'm skipping one. I'm walking past this. Fuck. Okay, so sun to moon. There we go. One day. Sun to moon. That's 2 days. And it's supposed to be for 6 days, it said in the little parable or whatever it was. Sun to moon. Oh, to moon. Okay, here we go. What does it say? Who am I? So I did see this. So it's there. Oh, what? Okay, there. What? There is something here. Mongolian Post. Epistolary communication terminal, blah, 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 blah. Date of last cartridge load, 1st of July. Huh? Here you'll find the answer to your question. Who am I? Well, okay, so let's read this. There's obviously a key and a letter. I'm guessing this is the letter. That's right, Inibish. Who am I is the question that leads to the secret of your past. You are but a step away from unraveling the mystery, from the ancient, mystifying events whose meaning I never did grasp until at the end of my days. Perhaps only you are destined to reveal the divine plan. I promise you a key to the chests that store your parents' belongings, the key before you. And with it I pass to you that which I had guarded in my memory for many years. Yes, the things in those chests belongs to Dasambul and Sarnay. However, these people are not your parents or even your relatives. What? They had a son of their own once, but he had died in that explosion under the dome. He was 5 years old, and his name was Chagatya. Several days after the explosion, a golden eagle arrived here carrying a human infant. He set the child down on the ground. Golden eagle. There is a golden eagle. In front of the yurt. You were that infant, Anibish. You are the one that came... who you are and where you came from, I do not know. From that day, the home of my late son became a haven for you and Ongots. I guess Ongots is the eagle that brought me. I was not repulsed by the strange appearance of your bodies. What? Who am I to pass judgment on Providence? Dismay came a month later when Chageta's features on your face became unmistakable. Goodbye forever, your grandfather, Batjen. What? So, we got our key, and we gotta open this. Should we? Should we? Yeah, let's open them. Huh? Okay, what do we want to do with this? Am I just gonna leave shit lying all over the fucking place? I guess so. Here we go. What's in here? What is this? Packs of letters. One correspondent mentions Mark and Ida. I've already written to you about him. Well, okay. He works nearby at the station. Well, a few years back, he met a girl. He says they saw each other only once, in a company of friends. In company of friends. And somehow, the way she looked at him, he's been dreaming about that moment ever since. Mark speaks of some strange sensation called the Babylonian effect. And if that entire institute... And the entire institute is studying it at the present. Dasambal and I laugh in return. Okay, I got the pronunciation right. The sensation is totally normal, Mark. We've studied it thoroughly long ago. Kick your science to the curb and go to Ida before she gets her body replaced. What? New task, yes. I'd say. Take all the shit out of here and throw it on the floor. Follow Grandpa Batchen's instruction to open your parents' chest. Speak with Ada. Speaky? I found it. You and Mark had met once before.
I found it. You and Mark had met once before.
What he said.
Yes, I already know. I remembered it.
Way to fucking remember what after I did all that fucking work. Thanks, Ida.
How? Tell me.
It was just after my college entrance exams. My friends and I were hanging out in the city as part of a larger group. Mark was there as well. I hadn't met him before then, nor seen him
Went
since.
to college.
Our paths crossed once.
Not bad for a
that was
plant
that.
holder.
So what happened between you two?
Nothing at all. We didn't have a single exchange. We all just sat there with the guys on the cafe terrace chatting about this and that. It was your typical evening.
Mark was recalling some kind of special moment.
Nothing so special that it stayed with me. Except
A
maybe
sensation.
there was this strange sensation.
A sensation?
Yes. Sometimes I get a peculiar feeling. It somehow resembles anxiety, but only partially. I can't really describe it. It is a sad, pleasant feeling.
It's sad, pleasant
I
feeling.
felt it again that particular evening, and
Got me. And?
And what?
Anabish, I'm about to shut down.
Wait,
We're not done.
you're not done figuring out your past.
And we won't. I am out of time. I received a message.
What?
From whom?
From my neurochip. Only, the neurochip writes in red letters. I'm being informed that it is self-destructing.
What?
Know what I can do?
What?
What?
Split myself in two.
What?
What do you mean?
When I shut down, my upper half will split from my legs.
What?
Why?
I've no clue. That's just how my body works. I can show you. Watch.
Wait, don't. Ida, listen.
I'm listening.
Maybe there's still a way to fix
We're gonna have to
everything.
go get her legs, obviously.
Fix everything. Well, there is a way.
Travel to the past.
If you can travel to the past and pass 4 digits to Professor Koch, that would fix
What?
everything. Fix
Everything.
everything.
What the fuck? Whoa! Her body split from the thingy. Well, she's not a planter anymore. Why did her hair, why did all her parts fall off? Why all your parts fall off? Okay, well... What? Take Ida to a powerful energy source. Okay, well, that's what we're gonna do next. But not today. I think we're gonna leave this here. Well, it seems we're gonna have to, like, shock her back to life. So we will take that on next time. I'm Gameface, this was Cradle. If you liked it, click the button, and don't forget to subscribe. I'd like to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.